Welcome, everybody, to your March reading. Today, we're going to do a little bit of intuition practice, meaning you're going to choose the card or crystal that speaks to you. This one being the first pile, so one, the middle one being two, and the last one being three. So go ahead and take a moment to yourself to choose whatever comes to you, whatever calls out to you, whether it's the crystal, the cards, or the number. If you chose the first deck, we have the Five of Swords. We have the lesson being imagination and your self-care being listen. So in the first one, the Five of Swords, there's a conflict. There's some type of challenge. Maybe there's an inner conflict within yourself. And here we're looking at what is more important to you. Is it winning? Is it being right? Is it, oh, I won, I overcame this? Or is it something deeper that may need a little bit more looking into? Maybe you've hurt somebody along the way of overcoming this challenge, and maybe there's an opportunity to be able to still have some type of progress, to heal, to manage to come to an agreement of some sort versus being in the ego. So there's some type of conflict, some type of change, thinking about the inner conflict within ourselves. I'm feeling more of, yeah, the battle between the ego and the higher self, and maybe not wanting to look at it. Here's where imagination can take us into a whole different realm. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So maybe thinking of an imaginative way of overcoming this conflict. Maybe there is um, some downloads that you might get, some type of aha moments when you're sitting in imagination. To me, it screams daydream. Sit and daydream and think about some possibilities, some ideas, something creative that can help mend whatever situation or conflict is happening or going on. And then the listen card says people start to heal the moment they feel heard. So again, maybe there is, whether this is a conflict that is happening in the exterior world or the interior world. Those are hard words to say together. Anyway, whichever it is, the point is to be able to let the other side say its piece. Now, we always talk about letting our emotions sit at the table. So if we, for example, have an inner conflict with anxiety, then I'm going to want to listen to anxiety and see what anxiety has to say. How does anxiety feel? So this is allowing the anxiety to be heard, allowing the fear to be heard, allowing that emotion to be accepted, to be received. And if it's with somebody else, well, then it's allowing them to speak, being able to listen, and being able to see their side of the story, being able to come to an agreement and understanding, a mutual type of progress versus a me, I'm winning type of energy. So this is a great opportunity to kind of go within, not kind of, to go within and to start imagining, start daydreaming, start coming up with something that might be outside of the box. It might be something you never thought of, and all of a sudden it comes to you, and it's a way to kind of overcome this conflict or this change or whatever it is that's happening right now. So for those with deck A, that is your month of March. So just think about that as you go along of, making some time to go within so that you can, you know, get these downloads, or else distractions are everywhere, remember. And we just need sometimes to listen. All right. Thank you. Deck 2, the March energy. For deck 2, Page of Cups is some type of new idea, some type of inspiration, intuitive inspiration, something that is going to come basically from persistence and from also curiosity and from looking at your dreams more. So here it's more of I'm attached to the emotion of what my dreams feel like. These feelings that I'm getting about these dreams are making me persistent. They're making me curious. And in that, there's freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And the Page of Cups comes with this curiosity, this happiness, this type of feeling where you've looked and exhausted all possible ways. You've tried very persistently to look at things or have your dreams come true in different ways. And you're now allowing your intuition to make this possible if you listen, if you follow it. And so, change, self care, a resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. And all this is new beginnings. You're chasing something. You have this intuitive new idea, this new feeling attached to your dreams that are going to give you freedom, that are going to feel like true happiness and success. So you have to be willing to allow change to make its way into your life. Without change, we can't allow these things to happen. And so when we resist to this change, we're basically saying we are resisting to allowing this life to happen to us. We are to be free, we are to be open, we are to be ready for these new beginnings, ready for an excitement, a happiness, um, this curiosity and freedom for life itself. So, whatever it is that is calling your heart, whatever it is that is filling your cup, chase it. Look at it as a way to open your heart and mind to these new beginnings. That is where the true freedom lies, in our happiness and in the fact that we can create that on our own. So, deck 2, that is March for you. Deck 3, you got temperance, relationships, and optimism. So, here we have a lot of balance, moderation, making sure that we are not overdoing or underdoing, making sure that we are balanced pretty much, and that with this balance comes a new understanding, really, a new understanding on how to work, a new understanding on how to live, a new understanding on how you can tweak things here and there, right? Like imagine measuring something and you're cooking something and you're measuring here and you're measuring there, and you're just tweaking it and tweaking it until you get it just right. That is what I'm feeling from March, having to tweak until it's just right. Now, the lesson here is in relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So there may be relationships that are ending and some that are entering, but there's a lot of shifting in relationships. The more we try to temperance, the more we try to balance out things here and there and tweak things here and there and shift our frequency, the more our relationships will mirror that. So we will have relationships that will come and go, that will be on and off until we get it just right. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for that. You just have to have optimism. If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. What that's saying is basically everything that we think about is either positive or negative. Let's have some positivity. Let's have some optimism so that whatever seeds of optimism we plant, we can grow some positive outcomes. We can fulfill whatever it is with positivity. And therefore, our relationships will be more optimistic. Whatever we've been trying to tweak all month with this whole temperance and balancing here and there, it's kind of finally coming to a positive outcome by having an optimistic, positive outcome throughout the month. So just start thinking of how you want it to be. What people, what circumstances do you want in your life? What relationships do you want in your life? What do you want less of or more of so that you have clarity in your life? Stay positive, guys.